Why, hello there, fellow dogfighters. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, Fire in the Hold. Episode 35, Adding Decoy Missiles to Our Loadout. I'm actually going to do something interesting, where I'm going to use my thrusters to slow down a little bit. So I'm there in, like, let's say, hour and 16 minutes. And then save. I'll call this sketch, because I'm going to fast forward time 1 hour, not sleeping, but fast forward time 1 hour just to be closer that way, because there's almost nothing between me and it. Is station keeping turned off? I've never even turned it on to begin with. Oh, may have overshot it a little bit. I'm glad I didn't hit Ceres. It's actually kind of a miracle I didn't. It's one of the reasons why I saved. Okay, let's turn around. I've been known to do this on the highway, IRL. Miss the exit. I'm not one of those idiots that, like, slams the brake and then throws it in reverse on a highway. I've seen that, and it's scary. You see that way more in Asia than you do in America, at least. Unless you are driving somewhere where there's a bunch of other 80-year-olds on the road. But yeah, these new radars, so nice. I can actually get meaningful information off of it to be able to see, like, what likely I am to face. Like, so this one here is just a reactor with one crew. A shipbreaker, for sure. I fast-forwarded 2 hours, yes. That I did. It explains a lot. I had calculated it really, really well, and then calculated time really, really poorly. I'm good at some math. Not all math. Alright, yeah, I'm ready to do it again. Here we go. Fast-forward an hour. If I was gonna collide, the fast-forwarded time would have told me, yo, don't do this, you'll die. So at least the game is smart enough to be like, don't be this stupid. You will die before you get where you want to go. So current prayer right now is head to port to sell stuff and hopefully meet the love of my life and future wife. We'll see. Hopes are low for this weird shy guy to meet someone like that. Oops. Hey, look at them! I saw them spin around and immediately the, like, Palpatine spinning around in a space meme popped into my head. AKA, I've been brain rotted too. Alright, I'm about to be in the no-wake zone, so I'm going to cut some of the... some of my speed here. And... now we're on no-wake. Did I just watch them die? Maybe? I, like, watched someone just collide with Ceres, it seemed like. Part of me is like, Why can't I hit back? Oh, there it goes. Nope. Work. Damn it. Part of me is worried that I'm going to hit like a number key and like fire on something I don't mean to. That would be on brand for me. Like, you have just fired on Calico Station. They hate you now. Okay, doing some course corrections. Or speed corrections. This is what the police boats look like, this profile. So when you see that profile, you can just assume that's the Popo at this point, because that's what they look like. We just boarded one as reference. Am I moving? I'm an idiot. Wait, what direction am I heading right now? I can't even tell. Oh, I have the boat. No wonder. I collect the police boat and it's doing zippy maneuvers, and I was like trying to adjust my velocity according to the police boat. I was like, why can't I park this thing? Oh yeah, because I have the wrong target selected. The captains around here are indeed crazy, yes. They, the G maneuvers they pull make no sense. They're all Cylons. If this was Battlestar Galactica and you see them pulling anything more than like 8 or 9 Gs, which 9 Gs is about as much as a human can endure for a short period of time until they're just dead. Anything higher and you're just, well, you're dead. So yeah, they all did not pass the am not a Cylon vibe check, essentially. Another thing I'm going to do is to make my ship a massive barter zone, because I have stuff in my reactor room that is definitely not in the barter zone. I like how it's giving me a proximity warning. I mean, it happens all the time, but it's giving me a proximity warning. It's like, yes, I'm actively docking. I should be in close proximity, or I'm really doing a bad job at the thing I'm trying to do. So thank you, Alarm, for informing me that I am parking. You're being awesome. Good job. Alarm off. I'm going to try to remember that I have my alarm off. Alright. Zone. Barter and Hall. There's the coolers. Oh, some of these things back here need restoration, though. I just realized I didn't restore them while in transit. So we'll have to do that. The Hydra will also sell. This sensor will sell. The suit and PDA will sell. The tanks can be removed. So I don't foresee parting with those. Alright, that zone looks good. So before I go and sell some stuff, we'll do some quick restorations. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell most of this stuff for company script. At least a lot of it, so that I can buy a decoy launcher, because I'm not really going to be able to do a lot of ship-to-ship combat with the big boys. Like, you know, coil gun gunners, sure. But anyone with like an active missile system will splash me in an instant if I do not have, you know, some decoy launching capabilities. And the decoy launchers I could put, like, I could install them here in the reactor room. Something like that. They don't necessarily need to be in my weapons bay area. I think everything I want restored and sold is good to go. Wiser. Damage. Yeah? So I'm not selling the ammo. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Suit battery is rather low. Refuel bill's not that bad. 7.5k is like no big deal. Any new pilot? Oh, hello. Well, someone named Lynched died. Oh, wait, hold on. Is there air here? No, there is air here. You're also dead. A female shipbreaker. You know, my whole spiel about there needs to be some safeguards of what, like, the stations don't go wrong or whatever. Like, case in point. Why is there a bunch of corpses here? I don't know. I didn't make them. Pantau's still alive. Good for you. I don't see any other shipbreakers here. Just these two dead people who, like, I have no idea how that happened. But, yeah. I'm not responsible, and I'm also not interested. Yeah, hopefully 1.0 will have some of that or something. I don't know. We'll see. I have no idea. So we're heading over to the mouth, and I'm going to sell a lot of the stuff we have for company script so that I can buy the launchers. Yeah, the Kalic party was wild. It was a real rager. Stab fest. Over in this section, we have, you're unconscious. You're not dead, but you're unconscious. I'm just taking a risk having my helmet off here in the station, it seems. But no, I didn't see anyone worth, anyone to talk to as far as relations go. So I'm looking to buy the decoy launcher and the decoy launching missiles. And for that, I need more faction funds. Because you spend faction funds. The other good news is, on the lower end, we can now buy ammo. So the first thing I want to do is to sell. And let's sell all the mining stuff first. And I'm probably selling batches just to show, like, what we got for mining, what we got from murder salvage. Oh, you know what? They're not even interested in the other parts. They're really only interested in the mining stuff. Right. I have to go to the other kiosks for the other stuff. So this is the whole list of things they want. You can see the... Well, let me scroll gently. So you can see the price for Regolith sucks, right? There's almost no point in picking it up. Platinum, iridium, palladium, and gold are the really good ones. I have no idea how you would get a shiny rock core. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, they're really only interested... I guess water ice. They're only really interested in minerals. And if it isn't a mineral, they're not buying. So, accept. And now, faction fund at 11k. And at 11k... that's going to get me some protection. So I think what I want to do is I want my faction funds to be up to like 13.7. So I can buy 2 decoys and the missile associated with it. So let's trade. Let's exchange some. So I'll buy... What's my company script now? Oops. 13. I'll buy another. So I should have plenty. Oh, actually, you know what? Before I even do that, the worry is there isn't going to be physical space in my barter zone for this stuff, and I don't want to have to drag it. So I want to I'll buy it in batches, so that I don't end up having to drag the stuff, because that would be annoying. So I'll buy all the missiles in one launcher in this run, and then I'll buy the other stuff next. I still have to frickin' drag it. Yay! Come on, no, just stick the missiles in the... There we go. The missiles are big. Gold is just 6 times the price of water. Bathing here is a luxury. Yep. Although it doesn't say to volume, right? A unit of gold and a unit of water might be very different weights. I don't think it is in game, but like one might make the argument that like in this world they would be different volumes. So there's all my decoy missiles. Which, of course, did not get nested in the launcher. It would have helped if it was, but it didn't. So, oh well. Intermit on. And we'll put 4 in that one and drag this. We're down here. What I was hoping to do is to put like... Can't go there. I could put it here. Think. So, do I don't have thrusters down here? Yeah. That'll work. Oh, but that's not walkable. I might need to do some ship modifications to accommodate this. That's okay. For now, I'll just leave it here. Alright. For the other sales, we'll go to the supply kiosk, see what they'll buy. They don't want anything. Okay. I think the sundries and testudo will. But then it's a matter of, like, what price we get. So, let's say the Hydra here is worth 3K. Hydra here is worth... Not wanted. Oh, what is wanted over here? And this is what makes dealing with this area so hard, is no one really wants anything that isn't minerals. So I'm doing the other wanted items just to see what their buy list is, because I don't recall. So it saves me a lot of money to get like railguns from the ship I blew up and all the LiDAR, radar, EM stuff. But ultimately, the actual items are going to be pennies on the dollar because there's just not a lot of demand. Why isn't there a lot of demand here? I have no idea. It feels like if you're fueling a proxy war, nothing? Whatever. If you're fueling a proxy war, you would want a lot of spare ship parts to be able to repair and replace the things you blow up, but apparently not. So I think this is the only shop in town, and we are, as you can see, getting very little for bang for a buck for the parts that we have. So yeah, these prices suck badly, but that's just the way it is. And it's exactly why I didn't want to dip too hard in my player. When I first got here, if you recall, I went mining for the script. I did not exchange because it's so hard to make money here that you end up not being able to pay your own fuel bills unless you are willing to do some mining, because that's mostly what they're concerned about. So, current priority is install the decoys. Is it worth for scrap, for sale, stock up and run to K-Leg? Oh god, no. So the fuel bill of transferring between zones was like 600k or something. I forget exactly how much money it cost to like fill all the tanks, but it was a lot of money. Going between zones like that can be profitable. I'm not saying it isn't, but it's going to be profitable almost exclusively through the kiosk jobs of someone paying you to go to K-Leg for a job. I don't know if any such jobs are being offered right now, but like here, like this payout is like 1 mil, and it's probably this Some of these payouts are really, really, really high, and it's because you have to travel very, very far. So, like, this is to go bring something to Michaela Freeman, who's 6 AU away, which is why it pays out so high, because it's an insanely far travel time. And I never really take these missions. One of the reasons is you get there, and, like, they might not be there anymore, you know? But if you found a mission that has you go to K-Leg, and it's, like, someone that's going to be at K-Leg and not move. So, like, here's this one. Investigating Zen and Shelby's death. They're at the same spot, failing spectacularly. I don't know where failing spectacular is, but, like, you could hypothetically accept both of those missions, investigate them, and, like, make money off of it. But there are some courier jobs that have you go between K-Leg and you know, other areas, and they'll have really good... Oh, here's another... Oh, no, that's the same one. Mesmer Rabbit, that's close. I'm trying to find, like, a go to K-Leg, but I don't see one. But those gigs that have you... a lot of the courier jobs will have you interact with a gigs box, where you deliver to the gigs box. Like this one. Of course, this is just going from Port Mojave to the mouth. And that one is a little bit more guaranteed, because you're interacting with the gigs kiosk, which isn't going to disappear. A lot of these are like, go take a picture of this person, and, like, those people might move over time, and that's annoying. Or when it's like, go board this ship, and it's like, yeah, but there's no telling if that ship's going to be there by the time I get there. So we did our sales. I am going to head over to the Testudo kiosk and see about buying some more floor and wall panels. Yes, I could have taken more spare parts, I know. But buy some more panels so that we can install the decoy launch. So they have... Let me think. Well, I think we'll need, like, 10 walls. And then 10 floors. Something like that. There we go. What's in my dolly? I don't even know. Oh, more stuff to sell. Do that in just a minute. Plus the TV. I don't think I'm going to bother with the TV, though. Like, to install it. It can be entertaining, but, like, I don't have a good spot for it, and right now I'm more concerned about ship-to-ship combat than I am, like, watching TV. Let's pick up the dolly. Grab those floors and walls. I do have some spare mobile light walls, but I'm going to leave them alone. There's the walls. Where'd the floors go? Are they underneath something else? Oh, no, they're there. So the plan is to... Actually, this might not require that much reworking after all. Trying to think of what the bare minimum for installing these things will be. My ship has pretty good optics right now. Optics aren't, like, perfectly directional, so as long as you have decent coverage, you're fine. So I'm not too worried about that. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of blind spots unless I get shot a lot. But if I get shot a lot, that's probably my main concern. So... yeah, this will work if I just if I run power and bump out those... okay, that's fine. I was right about the amount of walls and floors I needed. I think. Oh, I should have installed that one last. What are our long-term goals? We've kind of met them. It would be to have more ship-to-ship combat. The real goal of the series was to showcase the combat. So earning more weapon systems and using them is really, it's not much of a goal, but I would say if I have any goal, that would be it. What kind? These are 46 series. Okay. I don't want to go randomly fetch the floors from elsewhere. And then the walls are the 44 series. Let's get the new section rewired. And then we'll strip out the old wires. Now, I don't have a lot of experience using decoys. Most of my playtesting was mostly mass driver versus mass driver type fights. So there might be some learning curve, but where's the last two walls that I had? That's weird. I bought 10 walls. Did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where are my other two walls? I could put mobile lights in them, but shouldn't I have 2 more walls? Top right? Oh yeah, there they are. I never picked them up. Good call. Bit of a head scratcher there. I was like, wait a minute. I know I counted. Alright, let's pick this up and get it in, and then buy the other one, load it up with munition, and get that one in too. Boom! Decoy launcher online. The one thing I don't yet have is lights back in this new, like, there might be some dark spots in the ship for this area because I haven't I haven't turned off my overlays to see what it actually physically looks like. So that might be something we have to revisit. But it should be exciting to be able to potentially take on missile boats and not, like, guarantee that we lose now. Not that we ourselves have missile launchers, but having coils and rails and then anti-missiles is a huge start. Okay. So that's done. I think what I want to do is drop the spare walls off in the reactor room and then move the dolly up. Because being able to pay, like, the day-to-day bills here, I'm probably going to need the dolly for mining. We'll get rid of sensor and the TV. If I have to drag the last decoy launcher, it's not a big deal because it's just going to be the one item. It isn't super encumbering. I just didn't want to have to drag both. But I guess I am traveling twice, so effectively it feels that way. It's hard not turning the ship into a box. You know, it's not so boxy right now. It's definitely not a cube at the moment. Alright, so here's the last launcher. I have enough for one cladding. I'm not even gonna bother right now. Like, if I get hit, I'm basically dead. Like, I don't know. I don't think there's any amount of cladding that's gonna have me, like, survive. And I'll buy 30 more rounds of ammo. Except... essentially, cladding is, like, a too-wide piece of things that you install in your outer hull to help absorb damage. I'm not saying they aren't useful, but if you aren't going to completely surround your ship with them, it's just protecting one tiny little section. So putting cladding, like, around the core, where it's most sensitive, does make sense, I'm not gonna lie. But until I have enough to budget cladding for the entire ship, it's really not gonna save me much at all. Alright, we got 2 decoy launchers. Some lovely redundancy. If you're wondering what the ship looks like, yeah, I wouldn't say that the box. It's definitely more bug-like, or I don't know. It's not pretty, but it's not horrible. Hey, Mr. Stash. If I knew the ukulele, I'd be playing you a song. What were you playing today? Oh, Gothic 1 again. How's it going? You must be really into it, because you've been playing a whole bunch of it. Before I depart from port here, there was one last thing I wanted to do, is to check the price of the railguns. I know I don't have anywhere near enough script for another one, but I would love to start replacing my coils with rails or upgrading. So let's see about what we're even working towards, shall we? So I'm going to head back to the Galfed kiosk and check out their offerings. Another thing is faction ties. Yeah, the coalition of Ceres is definitely going to try to kill me now, without a doubt. They really don't like me. So I did kill 2 of their police officers and stripped their ship, force-docked, stole their kill, etc. Well, technically I didn't really steal their kill, but they have every right to hate me. And then one last thing I want to do before leaving this port is to see if there's any bachelorettes, which I don't think there are, but you never know until you double check. So, for the reputation neutral, we've basically bought everything we need. I have bullets, I have decoy launchers. I haven't bought the cladding, but I don't really have the money for the cladding at the moment. Then, for warm reputation, all that we're really offered is like the mining stuff and some loose coil guns. I could buy more coil guns, but I don't really want to exchange even more of my coin. Then, at friendly, we have the pristine coil guns and the ammunition, which is really important because ammunition is what keeps you going. In fact, I'm going to buy some more ammo. I'm not going to buy the pristine stuff, though. I'll buy the refurbished stuff. I don't really care. It's barely cheaper, but it's cheaper. So, the last of my faction funds will be for ammo for the coil guns. And then, moving up, at Trusted, we will be given the PDCs. So these are point defense cannons that will help to try to shoot down stuff incoming, which would be really nice. I would love that. And then at Honored, we get these smart missiles, which is what the pirates were using to splash other ships. And those are yeah. When I said, I mean, I was kind of joking, but when I said they were launching, well, actually, not so much of a joke. Hundreds of thousands of missiles, converting regular dollars into company script is a 50K to 1,000. So launching 2 missiles is 100,000 worth of regular coin. So when I said that pirate was launching hundreds of thousands of ordnances at their enemy, it was not an exaggeration at all. They launched like 8 missiles, which was like 400k worth of regular finances if you were to convert script. So yeah, I mean, they wanted that thing dead. Very dead. 5k for a regular launcher? It's not 5k. It's 5k in company script, which is, as I was just finished saying, a very different conversion ratio. How the heck does one refurbish used ammo? Oh, all the time. I've even done it myself. I've repacked ammo. I don't know about this game, but yeah, I mean, that's actually not unheard of at all. All right, let's push back into the nether. Can I not chat up a lady officer? I mean, I could, but like, they're not going to... I'll put it this way. I've never managed to convince them to join me as far as like joining my crew. It's never ever happened. So it's just a waste of like breath, in other words, as far as I know. Where did the ammo that I bought go? We got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 42. Also 42. Where I bought bullets. Oh, I canceled that out? Oh, okay. So I should still have 700 company script, right? I do. Okay, well it's fine. It's whatever. Alright, let's push off. Oh, this is a horrible time to undock, though. No, I don't want to hit the moon. Because I'm on the backside. And, yeah, that sucks. Rip my fuel. All right. The other thing I wanted to do is to go into the weapons console. As you can see, the cannons are loaded up, and we're going to select the page Decoy launcher. This one will be set to group. I'll set them both to group 9. Because if we are using the decoys, I don't want to be cheap and not launch them. Basically, if we're having missiles incoming, I'll launch them from both, you know, to double my chances that they're effective. Hey, you! Hail ship, you. Yes, you. You got girls on your ship, Soul Glamour? Ricarda, okay, never mind. Hey, I think I know your sister, and I think she's dead. Ooh, boy, you are a wreck. Let's check it out. It's like the first thing I would interact with heading back into the belt, so why not? And who owned this wreck previously? I don't even know. You're a police boat, I can kind of tell. So current priority is look for Ceres, extract, or pirate ships to fight and salvage. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts Fire in the Hold, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. I am not, however, looking for feedback. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow astronauts.